Hi there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. Tonight I'm going to do another general reading on your relationship situation, and a couple cards have already flown out. There's quite a bit of energy in this situation. I feel that things are firing up by the looks of things here. So it's, now what do I usually do here? It's their feelings towards the collective. And I think I got that mixed up last night, halfway through the reading. Their feelings towards the collective. And the outcome. If this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. Oh, so it's cold out. Starting to get cool. Could be a reflection of winter on its way. Particularly in my region, not in other people's region, but I feel that you feel displaced by this situation because you've had to rely on yourself, and part of the reason you've had to rely on yourself here in this situation, within the context of this situation, is because you haven't been able to get much support from anywhere. You haven't been able to get support from them, you haven't been able to get support from people around you, you haven't been able to get support from friends. There's nobody, there hasn't been anybody in this situation willing to be the good Samaritan, be the genuine person in this situation to help this connection prosper. I feel this person has a hard time. If in the past they've had a family or something, some type of situation, cohabitations, some type of situation with another person, they've had a hard time within that dynamic. Your person is very leadership driven. All these cards want to come out. Your person is very leadership driven. They become, they try to force back those love feelings they have for you, because they do have a big distraction. They do have a big distraction. And they have other things going on. which distract them from you, but you are their ultimate partner in life. You are their goal. Their ultimate goal, but also they have had this situation in the past. Which they reflect upon when they try to dream about a love affair with you. It's like they feel that they want a wholesome life with you, a well-rounded life with you, a complete life with you. You know, there are children in this dynamic from the past. There are also cats as kids, dogs as kids. And you would know how that has panned out for them, how that has worked out, because not everyone has kids. But the children in this reading is a strong element here. So just keep that in mind if you don't know everything about your person. Because kids can be very distracting when you're trying to get some focus from a person within an emotional dynamic. Particularly I feel for a male energy. Female energies tend to be able to separate the two, but you know, it's either work or kids for males. And that's what these cards show. Generally, that's a general comment, blanket comment. But I feel here that your person knows that there's some type of emergency around getting to you. They understand that. But it seems to me they're always running in the opposite direction, either to their other obligation, or whatever that may be. Obligations. Seems to me they have career interests that take away from their emotional interests, but they're willing to bring more focus to their emotional affairs, especially since you have returned. But I feel there's quite a bit of noise around this person, and that's why things seem up in the air to you. There is somebody else, there are close-knit people around your person. But it seems to me that whatever's going on, it's more of a business partner than it is a marriage partner these days. Whether that's one in the same person or a different person, there's still a discussion here because they're both independent people, they're not married people. But there was a time where they were married. So I feel like this is a layered message where they have a business partner that's a female, or they have a family member that's a female that's very close to them. They also have a former wife or wives, or former partner or partners, but they are a very independent person now, and they are considering what they want in their life, and what they want in their life is love. To cherish somebody they love. So it's about getting back to the heart of things for this person. But also they have a sense of wanting to bring fairness into your life as well. Because I feel like it's reflective of the level of protection they feel over you as a potential partner. Because it's like they see you as somebody who isn't as successful as them, who needs to blossom, somebody who needs to blossom but has been through tough times or something. That's how they see you, but they position you at a higher point than that. It's like, well, all those troubles will be over and they will be beside me and everything will be okay, you know. It's the thought towards you is one of love, protection, stability, bringing fairness into your world, wanting to feel like they're not burdened anymore. They want to bring love into their life to reduce the burden on themselves. Because I feel whatever responsibilities they've had in the past have affected their pursuit of a loving or romantic relationship. And so it's kind of forefront on their mind at the moment. Love is forefront. And they're not typically a person that thinks about love in a romantic capacity or anything. But they do have people around them that do believe in love and encourage them to pursue love. So I feel there are stable influences in your person's life that don't let them dissolve into any type of negativity about their personal circumstances. So I feel the ex makes them feel small sometimes, or their business partner makes them feel small sometimes. And that's why, even though they're a stable influence, you know, they're no longer married to them, or they don't really put them on a very high, on a pedestal above you, because even though this person is stable in their life for whatever reason, and they still remember that they make them feel small. And it used to feel like they were getting stabbed in the ass. So that's why, even though this entity is here, very strong in their life, they don't have as much sway as you. You're still the stronger person. What makes you stronger to them is your experience and your balance. There's a balance about you that they respect. I feel that the only smallness they really feel about you is that, that sometimes they feel like a younger person who's pursuing like a new attraction, and it makes them feel small. And sometimes you preside over them in some respect about when they're feeling that way, and you may not know when they're feeling that way, but in their mind you preside over them in that respect. They're in love with you over your sense of fairness, and there's a lightness about you. There's a lightness about you, a groundedness about you, a balance about you, and an independence about you. You're also non-assuming. You are non-assuming here to them. So that's why they really like you. That's how it is to fall in love, because you're a very balanced person, and you're non-assuming. And so that's why they see you as not being particularly successful as them, but who will be successful with them. And the question is, well, how much of a dream is it? Well, it's saying it is a dream at the moment, but it's becoming more possible. It's becoming a lot more possible. Because they connect with, and I've said this before, they connect with a much younger part of themselves to approach you, because everything in their life is very mature. It's a bit overly mature. They're like aged cheddar or something. And so it makes things a bit stale in the world. And what you bring into the world is a seriousness, but also a groundedness, like you bring them back to earth with a thud. It's like they go on a nice whimsical journey in their mind about you, and they feel the love, and then and then you either say something, or they imagine you to say something that's typical of you, and they quickly they quickly come back down to earth. They like the feeling that they're controlled by you, but that they're a bigger person. When they approach you, it will be quite surprising to you, because I feel they sneak up on you. I feel it's a very silent attack, and well, it sounds aggressive, but it's like they still feel small when they approach you. They do feel small, but it's a loving gesture. They feel like a bit of a child. And there's some mischief surrounding their approach to you as well. But it's also an effort. And you should look at, it's a small effort. It's not like a big effort. It's a very small effort. But it's one that should be taken to be a gesture of love. Because you do have sort of a side to you which can be very strict. So I feel it's important to just embrace the gesture. For some of you, they could offer you just something like offer just something very small to you to show that they care, to show that they want to initiate or start a friendship with you. But the underlying intention, or the overlying intention I should say, would be romance. So I feel from these cards that there's not so much a nervousness to them, but an immaturity to them about... There's not an immaturity about their emotions towards you, there's an immaturity about their approach to you. Which means to me that maybe they're always approached. And there's no opportunity for you to approach them because there's some kind of disparity between your positions. You know. So, positions in your situations, you know. Maybe you live on the west side and they live on the east side, something like that. You know. But what I'm saying is that despite whatever disparity there is between you, it's still quite genuine on their side. Because that separation from the partner is in the past. A cycle that went on for a while is in the past. They have better people around them now that can encourage them towards better things for themselves, you know, to encourage them towards their goals, their true goals, and not their false goals or their flimsy goals, you know. To encourage them towards the things they want. And what they want is you. And it's not like the people around them try to control their decisions on those elements, because they're just trying to help them through. They know they've had ups and downs. They know they're busy in life, but they want them to focus more on getting back to the heart of things, I feel. So that's where you're in luck. Because if they didn't find the people to help them to see a better future, to follow their dreams, then this situation might just keep folding out, you know, and not getting anywhere. So it says to me to embrace the gesture into the future. Because their attitude has become much more positive today from yesterday. And much more positive. So maybe I get from that some good news. They've had good news. And it's turned their attitude around, because yesterday it was a really big focus on hate and lies and getting back at people that hurt them. And today their attitude has turned 360, where they're feeling, where they're just putting everything in its place, and they're starting to think more about what they want to heal their life, heal different aspects of their life. They do see you as somebody who's quite stable. They do see you as that. They feel that you can relate to one another because your backgrounds are similar, not the same, but similar, or there's been some type of struggle, or some type of resistance, and they feel that's where you can relate. That's how you can relate on, even on an emotional plane. Because I feel they have to find a commonality because of the difference in your situations. They have to find something that you can both work off. And one of those things you can work off is understanding one another. Understanding one another's path in life and struggles. And that's why they like you. Because I can see here that you feel that you take blind steps towards this person, really. Without fully understanding their emotions for you, you take very blind steps towards this person. But you don't, and you tend to think that they're darker than you in personality, and you're just lightly treading around them and getting an idea about them, but you're not in a position to really do anything about the situation. That's what I pick up on. And they wouldn't want you to do anything about it. They enjoy the lightness of the steps you take. Sometimes they look upon it negatively, but then the sweetness of however you reach out to them, does reach them eventually. There's a little bit of stubbornness there, and then they soften. So that's why if you're trying to communicate with this person, it hasn't been successful, because there is that stubbornness, and they really want to keep you in their dreams at the moment to sort out their other issues in life. So yeah, there's communication here. I feel that you've been communicating very lightly in the past. Not very, could be an SMS, could be a DM, something like that. Very lightly, it's not anything, it's not a grand gesture. And some of what you say is negative, or they perceive that some of what you have said is negative, and some of what you said is knowledgeable, but fantasy based or something like that. Something about your knowledge interests them about a particular topic. But it's not, it's like pseudoscience or something like that. Zoology, what do they call it? Something bizarre, you know. There's something bizarre that you have knowledge about, and that's what they think about. That's what's kept them interested in you while they've been off doing other things. They also take you to be a bit of a jealous person, only slightly jealous. But their love for you overtakes that, so. You're somebody who keeps them rested as well, keeps them calm. So when you feel that you're not really getting through to this person, in the recent past, you were just a person that's kept them calm, kept their temper even by all the simple things you say. I don't know. So it's definitely not it's not a deep conversation you have with this person, but it's enough to keep your connection going until they're ready to forward the relationship. Because this is a very strong leader, and they want to take charge of your connection. And if you're going to say to me, oh, I've just been trying to get in contact with this person, there's nothing, but I'd had something going with them, it's because they do want to take charge of this connection, and they have had other things on their mind, but it's like they needed to wait till a time where they could take stock of their emotional self and take care of their emotional self, and they haven't had time to do that. And given the big swings, given what we've seen over the past few days and the huge swings of emotion and the types of people that have been in their life, there seems, there's an understanding about, it gives us an understanding about why things have been so difficult. But I feel you've taken a back seat to all that. You take an interest in it because of your emotional connection to this person, but you tend to not let it affect your outlook on things, like it seems to me with you, love is blind, because this person has got it going on, and we've seen this, there's jealousies around this person, there's backstabbing, there are people that want to get at your person because of their success or their apparent success. And sometimes they've had their struggles, but I feel these cards are more reflective of a change in attitude, where they still have their struggles, but they've changed their attitude or their outlook. Yeah, see, there's still there's still a struggle there. But definitely, you're a person that's coming out of the cold, and they feel a frustration about that. They do feel a frustration about it. But they're pretty sure they can make it right for you. They will be the healing energy that brings you out of the cold. You will, you can think about somebody or feel something about somebody by the looks of these cards, but it doesn't necessarily take away that sense in you that you forge your path alone. There's like a fight in you that might make it hard for somebody on their level, because it's, you're not tolerant anymore. You've built up protection against the elements, and so I feel that they decide to be very gentle when they approach you, because they tend to understand that you've built up armor. You do okay for yourself, but there's definitely some difference here between your lives. You go towards them because you don't want to be standing in the cold, so you do gravitate towards them. But that's where your strength kicks in, because you are a balanced person and you are a strong person. You are an experienced person here in these cards. You have been put into a situation which is circumstantial, and you still feel that fight, even though you do okay here now. You still feel that fight. And they pick that up about you, because sometimes you get defensive. And there will be a decision on your part about taking the path towards them or taking the path away from them. But there's also energy here which is very healing energy, very strong healing energy, which will help you move towards love and not away from love. Because that's something else you need to consider here. And they plan to bring happiness into your life. They plan to be the person that lifts you up, that makes your winter warmer. That's their plan. It will bring new challenges, which makes you feel like you're back at square one. But I don't know, it's the love that conquers all here. The healing that conquers all, the love that conquers all. What they will enjoy is being the light in your life. They really want to be someone's light. And you bring a level of sanctity in their world, into their world as well. You bring sanctity into their world. Um, you bring solitude into their world, more positive solitude. Because I feel this person's very independent, but you bring a calmness, a balance into their world, which makes them accept that solidarity. Which means to me, you bring a peace to them, because that's what they want in pursuing you, a peace in their life. And it makes them feel like they're a master of the universe in being with you. It makes them feel at one with the universe as well. Because they get in better touch with their female side. And I feel at the moment they're more masculine in their behaviour, but into the future, their life becomes very calm. They feel like a true success when they're with you. That's what they feel like. And you feel like a success being around them. You will feel complete being with them. And there's a new beginning here for you both. Growth together. After a very dark cycle in life, many negative things have happened to you both. And you embark on a new journey together. And this person embraces their light again, where before they were exploring their dark side, but they go on a journey to the light. And that's why they start to feel like they're at peace and they're more of a complete person. Some readers call it a dark night of the soul, but sometimes you're just exploring, some things in life make you more, make you negative, and that energy builds over time. So this person wants to work their way towards the light. Could be they've suffered some depression here by whatever's happened. They feel that you understand them. But you're not a negative person. You've just been in a very barren space, I feel. Yeah, so you're definitely the ultimate empress in their life, but have been women in their life that took on board that role and will be left behind. Because they're losing their grip on your person. And they're losing their influence as well. Yeah. It's definitely a very hard break between the old life and the new. And also taking a break from those things that kept them stagnant, which is their career, their status in life, you name it. Their family kept them stuck. But there's reconciliation between you both. This person is working towards reconciliation between you. But also they wonder about, they get into these state of minds where they're wondering whether their emotional journey towards you has been outlived. So it's just those little tidbits that keeps the dream alive, the tidbits that you send, the tidbits that you express, the memory of you even, if none of that is happening. Because I can see there's a level of non-communication as well, which is stronger than the small amount of conversation that you've had in the past. So yeah, we're moving towards, they get out of this negative state of mind about whether they've outlived their emotion for you, and they renew their emotion for you. Because they have a realization. And they start building on that emotion again. Yeah, there's been third parties, particularly when you were trying to reach out to them in whatever way you did that. So there was a third party. And that's what kept you apart. But there was also somebody who was trying to talk them out of a connection with you as well. Because they feel that they're too good for you. But it's not about, I don't think it's about status with this person in connection to you. I feel it's about the heart of the matter, whereas the person that was giving the advice worked off logic. So it wasn't logical for them to believe that there could be any type of emotional connection between this person and yourself because of the disparity in your situations. So it didn't seem logical to this person, but but this is a person that doesn't really work off emotion. So their advice wasn't incorrect. It's just that they stopped something from blossoming, which should have been growing. Because I feel this is a person that caused the ghosting. There seemed to be some ghosting, but you'd already decided that you weren't going to communicate with them anyway. And I feel that you decided that because you thought twice about the difference between you, difference in your levels in life. You also have a logical mind about emotional matters sometimes, and even though you like to indulge in your emotion, you also have these times where you think twice about things and you decide to move forward without somebody. So that's a decision you took in relation to this person. You decided not to move forward with them, but also there was a matching in that attitude on the other side, where the advice was, don't encourage this. But you've said something smart, real smart, because they're interested in you again. Yeah, happiness is on its way. Because I feel this person just gets happy. What happens with this person is they just get happy in thinking about you, and it brings a freshness to their life, and it makes them feel good, and it makes them feel calm, and usually things are tense for them, and that's why you're being considered again. Not again, you're always there you're always there in their mind, but it's like you kind of just broke apart in some way, and you almost accepted it to be a permanent breakage, because you're very independent, very reclusive, very spiritual. You put those things on a very high level in your life. They're very important to you. And that's why you can switch off from the emotional side of things now and again. But yeah, there's reconciliation. Definitely reconciliation here. And love, and peace, and friendship, and fun. So don't give up just yet. That's what it says. Don't give up just yet, but keep your options open, because these cards have a dual message. They talk about the person that I ask about, and they also show what will be happening in your life, and what's going to be happening in your life is that you're moving forward towards bigger and better things. Okay, so that was your general reading for tonight. I'll see you next time.